How's everybody doing? Give me just a second and I'll get started. We'll get this going. You guys read the title correctly. Today we are going to take the 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec 2, aka the R34 Skyline GTR, out for a rip. We're gonna do some street driving, then we're gonna race it as is from the factory, and then from that point on, we're gonna take this thing out and we're gonna put some power into it. And we're really gonna see what this car is capable of. We're gonna tap into this car's potential. Alright, give me just a second and I'll switch it over to where you guys can see me. Give me just a moment. What's up, everybody? Now look, I understand my hair looks like it's all slicked back. I just combed it. I got out of the shower literally like 10 minutes ago. It's still drying. I just got it combed back like this, and it kind of like a, you know what I mean? So it stays away from my headphones, doesn't get water in my headphones, and I can do this for you guys. And I know I look a little sophisticated with this shirt on, but Alright, actually go back. No. Here we go. I wanted to show you guys the car. Oh, Forza Vista. That's right. Alright, so this is the car. This is the paint job that I chose for the car. Stock, no upgrades. I could change the wheels on it, which is what I'm probably going to do. But then again, I don't know. I think the only reason I changed the wheels on the other cars because I just didn't like the way the other ones looked on it. Whereas with this one, these look okay. I don't really have any complaints with it. It's a relatively good looking vehicle out of the box. Alright, that's enough jibber jabber. So basically the rundown is we take it out for street driving, we go do a Colossus. After the Colossus, we take it and go to a festival or a house somewhere, we upgrade it, take it for some more street driving, and then we go for another Colossus race and we see the difference in the car. Alright, let's do this. Okay, right off rip, this thing is kind of spicy. $8,000 RPM, oh my god. She's ripping. So the one thing about the R34 that I find interesting about this car's history, I believe the regulations for just about all the Skylines in the series of racing that it raced in, I forget, damn it, I should have looked that up before the video, I'm sorry guys. But anyways, there was a series of racing that this car was put into, and we're not going through that. There was a series of races that this car was put into, and the car actually got banned in a sense. They changed the regulations each time, I believe, for the R31, R32, R33, and the R34, because it just kept on dominating. Let's find out. Hold up. Let's Google this right quick while we're here, because I don't want to give you guys the wrong. Okay. I'm trying to find out what Japanese touring car racing. Okay, yeah, it was the Japanese touring car racing that this car raced in. And from my understanding of the history of this this vehicle, this thing pretty much got banned because they changed the regulations due to this car just smacking on everything. And just driving it. Hold on, let's downshift. Okay. Now this one is factory right now. It's factory at this current moment. Eventually I'm gonna upgrade this thing and see what it can do. But we're just doing some street driving and I'm just kind of chatting. I think also, like I said earlier, the R31, R32, R33, and this one both got kicked out of the racing because it was just so badass. They had to change the regulations in order to somewhat make it competitive for other cars. Kind of like what happened to the Dodge Charger Daytona. That gives me an idea. That's probably the next car that I'm going to drive. Alright. Let me pull over. Let's find the Colossus and let's go. Alright, it's down here. Okay. Oh, this is a straight shot. Alright, I just got to turn around and then go the other direction. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to let this thing eat. Mercedes, man. It's always the German cars or the Fords. Every time. Look, there's a Ford right there. Alright, come on. Come on, Skyline. Show me what you can do. It's really stable. There's a Ford. I thought I was gonna go in a little bit more and avoid it, but I guess not. Alright, well. Alright, come on, we're gonna open this bad boy up here. I gotta be mindful that there's traffic, you know? Just gonna rip through the streets. Not bad. Oh, those brakes are not good. Those brakes are not good. They locked up so fast. I have to be mindful of that when I take this thing out for a rip. I mean, it's not bad for a factory car. It's actually pretty stable out of the box. It's got a decent amount of get up too, surprisingly. Surprisingly, man, like it actually can get up and go. Quite nicely though. I'll tell you what, this is a huge refresher after driving, hold up. Driving this thing is a huge refresher after driving the GTO I drove, because it was so freaking floppy and I had to manhandle that thing. I'm not really having to manhandle this car that much. It's refreshing. I love these things, man. Thing is, man, when it comes to Japanese cars, I don't really know much about them. So if I get something wrong, let me know in the comments. Alright, I mean, I do a little bit of research beforehand, but I only have so much time to, research stuff and look at things that, I can't get all the information at once. If you guys have anything interesting to add to this car's history, drop it down below. I'd like to learn some of this stuff too. Alright. Alright, Event Lab Creations. We got DC, B, A, and S1. This car is B class, so we're going into the B class. We're going to take this car out, see what she does. It's important to stay hydrated, especially when you're driving. Last thing you want to do is catch a cramp while you're racing. Ask me how I know. It's not fun. I mean, this is a relatively good looking vehicle too. Like, I wouldn't mind having this car sitting outside my driveway. It's not bad looking at all. And that's one thing I think Nissan got right with this. Not only the performance, but the looks of the car. It looks like it can do some damage on a track. It has that presence, you know? It really does. Oh yeah. Another thing these cars had, I believe at higher speeds, the back wheels would do this number. And then at lower speeds, like, see, here's your wheel. So at high speeds, they would do it like this. And at low speeds, they would do it like this. So you pretty much had four-wheel steering on these things. This is why they were such a lethal weapon on the track. I do know that. One thing I forgot to add, and I just wanted to add it. Alright, let's go. And you got all-wheel drive. All right. All right. Slowing down. Look at that. R34, baby. Dude, this thing is a trooper. No wheel spin, just whack, all the power. This car puts down the power so well. It turns good, it goes good, stops good, looks good. What else could you want? What else could you want in this car? Or out of any car? And just like that, we're pulling away, boys. Oh yeah, we got this. I'm not worried at all. We got this. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. This thing is such a phenomenal car. I don't think I can iterate that enough, but it is. It's a phenomenal car. just cruising along. Oh, wow. Wow. Turns in so easy, man. And it just bites and goes. I'm not really struggling at all. Oh, she got a little sideways right there, but we got it. No biggie. We're ripping. Oh yeah. Come on. This vehicle is definitely a driver's car. For certain. Let's go, man. Man. Paul Walker would be proud. Oh shit. Oh, he wouldn't be proud about that though. I'm gonna get rammed. I just know it. shit. Damn, how, bro? No. There we go. All-wheel drive. I gotta get used to how the gearing is on this thing. So that's what's getting me. Shit. Caught it. Ugh, that's not very good. It's part of racing though, sometimes you hit a wall. Like, I turned in, what happened? Those brakes, man, they're not it. You know, that's one thing that you guys could have designed better. I don't have an e-brake, so I can't pull the e-brake. First upgrade is brakes. Next upgrade, tires. Again, what the fuck? Alright, well, that's one thing that I don't like about the car. Understeer. It understeers a lot. still be able to get some distance on these guys through here. Yeah, we need wider tires. Definitely need more grip. Not much, just more. Better brakes. I don't know, the suspension on this seems to do okay. I'll probably still change the suspension just so I can adjust it a little bit, but I mean, so far I'm not complaining with how the car handles, other than the understeer and the brakes just not really doing what they were designed to do. I do have ABS turned off, so maybe that's part of it. But I think it's also the system in the game. What most people don't know about the drive-car system is sometimes the game will intentionally add weight to your car, and a lot of times it'll just be fucking random. So you won't expect it, and then you're mid-turn and wheep, because they try to make it fair. How about you just make the cars do what the cars do and be done with it? I'm so glad in the new Forza game that they're going to be doing away with this stupid system. Those cars don't randomly just get weight added to them. It don't work like that in real life. Some of it is, driver input. Some of it's also the game's input screwing me over a little bit. %, there. I mean, the car's doing relatively well. I had a few issues there in those first few parts, but other than that, no complaints with the car so far. I really wish it had just slightly better grip and slightly better brakes. Other than that, there's not really much I can complain about with this car, because it's a good machine. It really is. Last stretch. Come on, R34. Come on. Right around the corner. Just like that. First place. So the car is a capable car. I'm not denying that. It definitely has some flaws, and I'm gonna fix them. I don't really have too much complaint with the car's performance, other than the grip and the braking. Sometimes the brakes just lock up, and you know, like it's kind of lame when you're sitting here trying to go through a turn and the front end just goes straight, or it goes like kind of straight but curvy. It doesn't take the trajectory that you want it to take. Nobody likes a car that drives like that. That's my only complaint with this car. That's it. Nothing else. I have no other complaints with this car and the way it drove. None. All right. I mean, this thing is it's doing all right. Let's check the message center after we get this listing. Well, somebody used my setups. Nice. It wasn't much, but hey, every contribution counts, man. Okay. Alright, let's go to the map. Where are we at? Okay. So, I want to go to this festival. 3,800 credits, and we're fast traveling. I got 100 and something thousand for completing that event. Not bad. Alright. So now what we're about to do is we're about to take this thing and upgrade it. We've already raced it stock. It did good, but like all cars, they have weak points. And this one, it seems to be the brakes and a little bit of the tires. Definitely need to upgrade the tires. Tires are kind of weak, if I'm being honest with you guys. Alright, we're going to go with the sport tire compound, and then we're going to widen these up all the way, front and rear. Alright, we got 285, I think, front and rear. Yeah, okay. We're also going to widen out the track width, front and rear. Nice and, well, I wouldn't say flush. It's pretty damn close to flush. It doesn't look bad. Okay, now brakes. Those brakes, they're not bad, but the problem is they lock. I have no adjustability on them, you know? Alright, we'll put the racing springs and dampers on it. And we'll put these on here, even though it says it's going to make it handle worse. Which I don't understand. We'll put a slight... we'll do a sport reinforcement. We'll reinforce the car a little bit. How much does it weigh? 3,400 pounds. We'll take a little bit of weight off of it. We're not gonna go too crazy. Alright, next thing we need transmission. I gotta be able to tune this thing a little bit. Alright. We're gonna build this thing to A class. It was B. Alright, so we got the transmission. Now, it's time to give this thing some power. So we're sitting at 327 horsepower, 293 foot-pounds. Did great in the class that we was in, but it's not going to cut it where we're going. So we're going to go with the camshaft to give it more revs, make it rev higher, and I think we're going to go race twin turbo with anti-lag, because, I mean, why not? That's going to give us like 500 or so horsepower. Let's see, can we upgrade this any? Yes, we can. 583 horsepower, 440 foot-pounds of torque is what we're making out of this thing now. And it is maxed out in A class. I might be able to tone it down just a little bit. Let's find some wheels that maybe add a little bit of weight, but don't look completely bad on the car. That's kind of hard to find sometimes. When you're looking for a set of wheels that add weight, but don't look completely horrendous. And the reason you want the wheels to add weight is because it actually tones down the car a little bit. Allows you to put maybe a few more little parts or whatnot on it. Maybe just one part, but that one part might make a difference. I don't know. You know what? I don't think it's going to matter. I think we're going to go with those. I think those look sharp. It's not going to take any weight off of it, but it looks good. It matches, you know, the car. It kind of goes with the scheme of the... It looks good. So we're going to go with them. And then I think I can max these out in size. And it might bring the... No, it doesn't. It'll make it handle better, and here's why. Your tire is part of your suspension. Alright? If you have a thicker sidewall, your ride's going to be smoother, but it's also going to be bumpier. Your car's going to bounce around a little bit more. Whereas if you have a thinner sidewall, it's going to be bumpier, but it's going to handle better because it's not going to, you know, bounce around as much. That's why it upped the handling a little bit. So this is what we're working with, guys. This is the car. This is the final product. This car is no longer stock. It went from being B class. Now we're going to install this. Let's see what this thing does now. Let's see if I made the car better or worse. I got a feeling I made the car better, but it's too soon to say. Because when it comes to JDM cars and stuff like that, man, it's not really my forte. And the only reason I'm doing this right now is because one of you guys who was watching asked me to, and I'm going to do it. Alright, let's just take it out as is. No tuning, none of that. No adjustments, and let's see what this car does on doing some street driving. And then I'll figure out what I need to do before we go into the race. Because I got a feeling this thing's going to be really fast. It was pretty quick before. I mean, it definitely moved. I was able to win the Colossus with it. So we're going to mark the Colossus, and then we're going to go back. And I'm going to open this thing up on the way there, and we're going to see. Alright, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Here we go. Oh! Okay, we just gained an extra 1,000 RPM. Definitely faster. A lot faster. Oh yeah, I like this. shit! I fucked up right there. That was my fault. That was not the car, that was me. But I am gonna adjust the brakes. I'm gonna loosen up the brakes a little bit. I don't care if anyone sees this, because this is like the only adjustment I'm gonna show you guys that I'm gonna make to this car. Alright, so here's the thing. When it comes to brakes, a lot of the weight when you're braking goes to the front. Alright? So I know it looks like it's going to the front, but here's the thing. The way this game works, and it's worked this way since I don't know when. When you transfer to the front, it actually transfers to the rear. And then you take your pressure, believe it or not, you put your pressure at like 88%. See, I don't run ABS. Alright? So this is why I do this. And what's going to happen is when you hit your brakes, they're not going to lock up as soon. And it'll be a much smoother brake application. And when you're going through, like, or coming into a turn, or you're going a little too fast, you'll shed speed a lot faster without breaking your tires loose. Otherwise, you know, you just brake like that. You'll do what I just did. The tires just locked and it went. There was nothing I could do about that one. Alright. Watch this. See how much smoother of an application that was? Even right there going into a turn. Which you're not supposed to brake into a turn. But alright, we're just gonna whip through here. Come on. Got a long straightaway right here. Let's see what she does. There's going to be a turn at the end of the road, so this gives me a chance to kind of see what my brakes are going to do. Exactly what I wanted him to. Really smooth. I got scared right there. I forgot I was going through a drift zone. So all of the traffic is ghosted. Alright. Actually, it's doing quite well. There's not really much that I want to change with this car at all. It's got all-wheel drive, so it puts down all the power. Shit! I had to avoid that bus right there. Precision, man. Oh, I drifted a little bit right there. But you see how, like, controllable that was, though? Like, I didn't once go through that turn like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. It just and just kept going. Oh yeah, she's doing the thing, man. Even then, right there, locked up, still stopped like it was supposed to. Even though it was kind of locking up, but I think the tires were spinning just a little bit. We made it to our destination. All right. So I'm gonna switch this to here, and I'm gonna make a few adjustments right quick. I know my hair looks a little weird because it's all slicked back, but whatever. I got out the shower not too long ago, and I just kind of combed it back, and I put this on, so it's holding it back. I know I look a little sophisticated. It kind of feels weird, but yeah, whatever. Not really much that needs done to this car at all, to be honest with you guys. At all. Like, it's kind of good the way it is, so I'm not going to do too much to it, due to the fact that I am afraid I'm going to ruin the car if I make too many changes. Other than, like I said, a few adjustments, there's not much in this done. Okay, I think we'll leave, no, we'll put that about right there. We'll put that about there. Alright. We'll rock with that and we'll see what it does. If the setup's any good, I'll release it at the end of the stream for you guys to test out and race in your own races. I got a feeling I just made a really really overpowered car. Event Lab Creations, A-Class, anything goes, dry season. I already got events set up from D, C, B, and A. Also S1. I have events for this already set up, ready to go. Alright, here we go. 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec 2. Built to A-Class. Let's see what this thing does. We went a class higher from what this car was stock. This car stock was B class. It made like 300 something horsepower. I think it was 327 horsepower, 293 foot-pounds of torque. It was still a relatively good car, but I had a few issues during the race when I was trying to go through certain turns. I found that the front end was breaking loose, and the brakes, they were locking up a little too soon, and that is usually a symptom of too much clamping pressure and too much speed, and I was barely pressing the brakes sometimes. I was going like a quarter to maybe halfway, and it was just skirt, and it would just understeer. I couldn't get the car to get traction again. Now, some people say, why don't you use an e-brake? Well, because I don't have one of those e-brake mods. I haven't built one yet. It's not, you know what I mean? And my e-brake, I think, is either my A button or my B button on my thing, and it's kind of hard to do that while your hands are doing this number. So I can't really use the e-brake. The only brake I can really use is my foot brake. Yeah. Yeah, in order to get an e-brake, like an actual handbrake, you have to modify your wheel, and I don't have the parts to do that yet. I will be looking into that soon, because it would be nice to be able to just go whack. You know what I mean? Alright, here we go, guys. First gear, let's do this. Good launch. motherfucker. Shit. I fucked up a little bit on that one, but we caught it. Dude, the way this thing puts down power is nuts. Oh, too fast. I almost had that one. I fucked up right there. I didn't brake. I'm not used to driving this type of vehicle at all. I'm definitely out of my element here, but I'm doing this because some of you guys wanted me to. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's what I'm talking about. That was not that good, but he's not getting away from us. Just gotta pull him in. Yeah! Woo! Get! Alright, we scraped the wall a little bit, but we're doing alright. Come on, Skyline. We're slowly starting to catch him. Shit. That's not good. Oh, it could have been worse. That's the way I gotta look at it. Could have been worse. That car in front of us is moving. bitch. Jaguar. Man, that was intense. I don't know, man. That wasn't bad. I feel like I could have did better if I didn't mess up in a few places, and I think I need to make a few more adjustments to this thing. Starting with the launch. The launch was a little bad, so I think I need to move that first gear closer. I need to adjust a bunch. That car is the car. This game sometimes, man. I feel like this game. That's the bad thing about it. Like sometimes the drivatars or whatever, they go into cheat mode. I'm being serious. I'm not making excuses and nothing like that. This is how the game actually works. And the drivatar system, it'll either add weight to your car, remove weight, add grip, take away grip, or it'll go into cheat mode like it does with this. Which is kind of why I don't normally drive in the highly skilled section or like difficulty on the drivatars or above, but I have it on highly skilled because I want to push the car and see what it can do. It's kind of hard to do that whenever you got a computer that wants to go into fucking try-hard mode, and that's what that was, because in reality, if I was to build one of those cars, I don't think it would have beat this vehicle. I don't think it would come anywhere close. There was one time where I had a Bugatti Devo, right? I'm racing this Bugatti Devo. I was not able to chase down a GMC Jimmy. Like, there's no way in reality that a GMC Jimmy is outrunning a Devo. It's not. Alright, so I'm gonna make some adjustments right quick. That's what kind of happens though sometimes whenever you're doing these races in Horizon. Shit like that happens. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. There's not really much you can really do about it. Unfortunately. Just gotta kind of deal with it, which is stupid in my book. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? That is just the way the cookie crumbles. I'm working on making this thing accelerate a little harder. Because it's like, I don't know. It's definitely wigging out a little bit. Okay. I'm also gonna go back to the garage or the festival, and we're gonna make some tweaks to the parts. We have to, because I can't accept that. Nope. Can't do it. Alright. So let's I think I took some weight off it. We're gonna put the weight back on, and we're gonna take this shit off. I don't feel like it really helped much at all. Tires. Let's get a little bit more grip if we can. Probably not. Probably not going to work. Unfortunately. See, with the drift tire compound, it's just gonna slide and shit. We don't want it to slide. We want the thing to grip and turn and do, you know, grippy stuff. And it's not doing bad, but the problem is like it's not doing what it needs to do. And that's the issue here. That's the problem that we're having. Okay. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Actually, what motor swaps do we have for this? Just curious. I'm most likely not gonna put one in it, but I want to see what engines we have. 6.2 V8. Huh. That don't sound right coming out of that exhaust, man. It just don't. That does, but that's too much power. There's this. So what's it have now? How fast can it go now? I want to see the top speed. 206 miles an hour. Okay. I don't know. I feel like the engine in this thing is just it's doing the thing, but it's not. Okay, see, that motor would make it handle better. This would probably make it handle worse, it appears. I'm just gonna experiment right quick. Bear with me, this will only take a sec. See, it's slower. So why would you go with that engine option? Alright, we're gonna put the i6 back in it. Alright, can't swap the aspiration on it, which I think is retarded. So it's twin turbo or nothing. Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna put the cam back in it because we're gonna need all that RPM. I'm gonna put different parts on it this time because I want this thing to do better, but I also want it to you know, still be kind of like it was before, but it needs to turn better. That's the problem. It needs to turn better. Give me a second, I'll swap a few things around and we'll really crank this thing up from 1 to 11. Just give me a sec. I gotta figure some shit out. Got some new wheels. I don't really like these wheels. I think they look stupid. I mean, if you like that and that's your thing, I mean, you know, you do you, I guess, but I just don't understand the point of them. I'll be honest with you guys. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm looking for a set of wheels that, see, that'll add weight, but those look odd. Those look awful, man. Those look hideous. One thing I could do, it might allow me to have a little bit more wiggle room. Hold on, I got an idea. Bear with me, guys. So, let's do not adjustable, adjustable, and then there's no spoiler. So, that would only bring it down 1. Are you serious? Hold on. Let's see what happens when I do this. See, it goes to 8, see? Alright, it was just a little test. It's not gonna work. Okay, alright. Let's go back to the wheels. Multi-piece wheels. Those add 16 pounds and they don't look horrible. We'll keep those wheels in mind. We gotta find something that's gonna add a little bit of weight to the wheels. I know some people say that's counterproductive, and in a sense it kinda is. But the way this game works, man, it's gonna make complete sense. Because it's going to allow you to potentially slap a part on the car that is going to make it better. It may not be much, but every little ounce of performance you can get counts. When it comes to this type of shit, man. I mean, I built Black Betty into the beast it was by doing stuff like this. It's just finding the right set of wheels that, well, for me, they have to kind of look good, and they also have to do what I'm wanting them to do, because I don't want to ride around in a car that looks stupid, but I also don't want to ride around in something that's not going to perform the way I want it to perform. So it's about finding the balance between, you know, the way you want it to perform and the way you want it to look. There's always going to be some kind of middle ground, and it's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Alright, so we're going to go with that. Alrighty. Didn't take any point off of it, but if we go back to here and we go to this right here. Oh, no, we can't do it. Damn, bro. It's not much, it's not much slower than it was before. Hold on. Watch this shit. Sometimes this works too. Sometimes you can get away with certain things. Sometimes. I want to make sure I specify sometimes. Alright. Put the stock back on there. Go to the clutch. I can detune this a little bit. We'll go with the street one. It's not going to shift as fast, but I'm just trying to get more power out of this thing. Not only am I trying to get more power out of it, I want it to handle better. So I'm trying to sacrifice a few things that aren't really going to make much of a difference and put those performance points where they're really going to count the most. Alright, so we're going to take that off. And let's get some displacement. Oh, we already got displacement. Okay. I guess boost. Okay. Exhaust. Hold on. Okay. That sounded good. Hold on. Intake maybe? Already done the intake. Alright, so let's detune some of this. Sometimes you just gotta go through this shit and then swap parts out, and then you'll find that that sweet spot. Alright, we got an extra mile per hour right there. See? It was like 197.2, now it's 198.6. Almost 200 miles an hour. The thing is you don't really need a whole lot of like top speed to win a race, especially the Goliath or the Colossus. What you really need is a car that's going to be able to hold a lot of that momentum into a turn and, you know, somewhat get up and, you know, go in a sense. That's the only way you're gonna win any races. And I know this because I got a lot of time into this game. I bought the game back in 2021 when it came out, and I've been upgrading, swapping parts, doing shit like this for a long time now. Did we already take the weight reduction off? Yeah, we did. Okay. Let's see what happens when we take these off. What happens? Nothing? Okay, I'm gonna put them back on then. I'm not putting the sport brakes on it because it's gonna handle really bad. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that for a second. Oh, something's telling me sport style wheels. Maybe there's some that, you know. No, these are gonna be really light wheels. We need something heavier. We'll go with these. They're 5-spoke, and I can always paint them a different color. I don't really like the chrome, but I can always paint it. It's fine. Yeah, chrome. I don't really like shiny stuff, man. I don't know. I'm just not much of a flashy type of person. Just not the way I operate, man. I'm more of a low-key type of individual. Hold up. Give me a second. I'll figure this shit out. 528, $399. Shit. Alright, did we put this on here? We did not. Okay. Alright, so what did we do? We did this. That gives me boost. This doesn't really add too much of anything at all. Piston maybe? No, can't do the piston. I'm trying to get 400 foot-pounds of torque. That's what I'm trying to do for those of you that don't know what I'm doing right now and are confused. I'm trying to get 400 foot-pounds. That's like a magic number right there. That one almost had it, but it went right into went in S1. So we need to keep it in A class. Yeah, see, this is always the boring part. This is the part that is the most frustrating, because when you're trying to get something like this to be as exact as you can, it's quite it can be quite infuriating. See, right there would be perfect. All right, let's see what we can take off that will make it where we need it. Let's see. You know what? I'll run the stock clutch. I don't care. And then maybe I can just tune the final drive on this, like so. And then all we got to do from this point is give it a little bit more boom. Like I said, just to everyone that's watching right now, just be patient. This all makes sense here in a second. I know it's time consuming, it's lengthy, it's boring, yeah, I know. This is what it takes to get a car where you need it to be. This is what it takes. Alright. 200 miles an hour. There we go. Alright, so we'll save that setup. It's still gonna handle better. It doesn't have as much power, but gearing, I can adjust the final drive, move the gears this way or that way. I can fix that, no problem. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. It's not gonna be that much of an issue, so it's no biggie. Oh my god, how is this thing supposed to do any kind of like launching or, oh my word, what the hell? Yeah. Seems like being right there. 202. Oh yeah, and it's gonna excel pretty hard right there with that just that one adjustment alone. All right, it's gonna handle better too. All right, sorry for the long boring wait, guys. I apologize. I can't release a setup to you guys if I can't win a race in it, and it's not a good setup. I released the one yesterday for the Pontiac GTO. I did release that one, but the thing is, I don't think I was gonna be able to make that car any better than it was, so that's why. Whereas with this car, I see more potential. All right. Hold up, we gotta mark the location. I forgot. Sorry, guys. Alright, so we gotta go all the way here. Let's go for a street drive. Alright, here we go. I fucked up. I fucked up. Okay. See that? Much better traction. I think my game crashed. It did. I'm gonna have to load it back up. That sucks, man. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That shit happens. Quite frustrating, actually. I'm not very happy about that, but what can you do about it? Alright. So, you guys don't get ear raped by the loading music or any of that. I'm gonna mute the speaker so you guys don't have to hear that shit. It's really fucking loud. I'm gonna have to hear it, but you guys won't. We're gonna sit here looking at this fucking loading screen for a second. That's unfortunate, but I'm hopeful in this car's ability to win this race. I feel like it might actually do something now. I gotta adjust some shit, but I mean, other than that, there's not really much I have to do. It's it seems to be doing a little bit better already because that one turn, that braking line was in a red, and it just went around it. And even when it went off the road at that one part, it still, I was still able to take and catch the car and get back on the road a lot faster. And that's what happens though. Like sports tires, they were not designed to take that kind of abuse. They're not. They're pretty much like a mix between a street tire and a race tire. Those compounds together. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get a tire that's really grippy but still usable on the street, and it's all good in theory. It's good for, street use and whatnot. But when it comes to racing, it's kind of meh. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. It's kind of meh. Now, when it comes to racing, if you really want to win racing, you can use the sport tire. Now, if I swapped a few things around, I probably could have made the thing better. I probably could have got a little bit more power out of it, and that most likely would have made the difference. But what I was seeing was it didn't necessarily need more power because it was fast enough. It just needed to corner better. It was just not cornering with enough momentum to catch up. It was sliding off the road, the sliding into walls and shit like that. It wasn't doing what it needed to do at all. That's unfortunate, but I mean, hey, you it's all about trial and error. When it comes to making these builds, it's all trial and error, trial and error. Try something, see how it does. If it works, good. If not, try something else. I mean, we still got like 500 something horsepower and 400 something foot pounds of torque. It's just a little bit less. I did adjust the gear ratios a little bit on it. So, I mean, in theory, it should be fine. Only way we're gonna know is by taking it for a race. That's it. That's the only way. We gotta take it and go for a race. There's nothing else that's gonna help other than taking it for a race. So that's what I'm about to do. As soon as the game loads in, I'm gonna take it for a rev. There we go. Alright. Well, one thing. Hold on, I gotta turn on my controller. Because it's easier to press the buttons on the controller and go through shit than it is anything else. Okay. Paint car. I'm gonna paint those wheels. Get rid of that god-awful chrome, please. Hold on. I wonder, is there like a matte black color or something? I wonder. Or maybe carbon. Hold up. Yeah, matte. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Like a matte black. Yeah. Yeah. It's a carbon finish, but you know what? Whatever. Saving the current car. Yeah, I'm not really much for chrome and stuff like that, or anything super shiny. It's just not my thing. I think I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. Plus, I think it looks good with that tan or that beige color or whatever it is with the black wheels. I think it looks really good. Alright, so now let's go back to where we were. Alright, I'm gonna fast travel because, I mean, yes, it's gonna take a little bit to fast travel, but it's not gonna take nowhere near the amount of time that it would for me to drive there. I've already did some street driving in it. Feels okay. So, before we go, I am going to make a few tweaks to it right quick. I'm going to switch this to the webcam. No offense to anybody watching, it's just I don't want nobody claiming that they built whatever I built when I'm the one that built it. I spend all the time adjusting, doing all this, and this is my shit, you know. Alright, I'm gonna probably put a little bit more, yeah. I'm gonna tighten that up a little bit. Okay, I will leave that right there, leave that. We're gonna actually do this. Yeah, and then with this, we'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Everything else should be fine and dandy now. This car should run and drive a lot better than it did before. Alright, accidentally switched to intermission. My fault. My bad, guys. Alright, let's do this. A-class, anything goes. Alright. Alright, Skyline. You gotta redeem yourself, bud. The car don't look half bad with those wheels. And now we wait. Eventually it's gonna load. There it goes. Alright. Here we go, guys. I got rammed. I didn't turn the wheel in sharp enough. That was my fault. Oh, come on. Alright, that slide was much easier to control. That's miles ahead. Shit. I fucked up. Yep, already can tell. We're doing a lot better than we were before. There we go. You guys wanted the R34? You got it. Oh yeah, this thing is way better. That was my fault. I really need to get an e-brake mod. What's up, man? not good. Tap that wall. Have no fear. Beowulf will steal. Oh yeah. Sorry I'm not talking much, guys. I'm trying to focus. Some games require you to be balls deep and concentrate. This is one of them. Oh, damn it, I rode the wall again. Oh yeah, this thing. got this one, boys. We won. We won that time. Hell yeah. See, like I said, all you gotta do is just be patient, swap some parts out, make a few things different, and you got yourself a car that can actually dominate. This is a good car. Now, I'm by far the best driver in the world. I know that I'm a good driver. I wouldn't say that I'm the best or I'd say I'm good. Alright, there's definitely some flaws in my driving that I need to work on. I realize that. But uh, this proves my point. With me being decent, I'll say, compared to other people at driving, if I was able to win a race with this, man, that kind of proves my point. It's a good car. I mean, I'm not a newbie by any stretch of the mile, but with this car, I was able to win. I was able to win with this car. I'm about to release the setup, so you guys that are watching, if you guys want to hop on here and you need a good setup for the R34, I got you covered. I put it through its paces, and for someone else that knows how to drive a little bit better than me, you'll do a lot better than I did, man. But I mean, it's not bad. I don't really know what to say, cause see, there's that tune right there. Turns out I already had one. But I think that one was a little bit more grippy. I'm gonna delete that setup because I don't know what I did to it. Hold up. Shite. You know what? We're gonna keep it. I forgot the space on the RR. I might just go ahead and resave it. Like save over the file and then share it again just so I can fix the title. But yeah, that's the setup. That is a road racing car at its finest. The R34 is not a bad car. One of the things that kind of makes driving that thing difficult for me is I don't usually drive JDM cars. I'll be honest, guys. I'm gonna delete it, and then we're gonna save it. We're gonna fix the title because I'm very meticulous about that. A-Class RR road racing. We'll save it again, and I'll share it with you guys. I would say grip and good for speed. It's not like fast. I wouldn't say best for speed. I would say good for speed. That's kind of where I put my tunes. Every single tune I make, I tune for grip and good speed, because that's what wins races, in my personal opinion. And not just my personal opinion, really, it's a fact of the matter when it comes to racing, at least from my experience. Grip and good speed wins races. I mean, you can have all the power you want in the world, man, but if you can't put that power to the pavement, it's pretty much useless. I mean, you're just going to do this number the entire time. Go around the turn, it's going to spin. You try to put the power down or do anything else like that, it's going to spin. Try to launch the car, it's going to spin if you don't have a good enough amount of grip for the power that you're putting down. And because this thing is all-wheel drive, it puts down the grip relatively well. I don't have too much issues out of it. Well, that concludes this episode of Max RPM Performance. To those of you watching, I want to know what you guys think. All right, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you guys have any suggestions for cars that you would like to see me use in the future, feel free to make your suggestions. I'm open to suggestions for cars to race in. All right, it don't matter what kind of car it is, man. I mean, it is what it is. Now, the next episode, I'm going to be using the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. I said that earlier in the stream. That's what I'm going to be doing. So episode 4 is going to be the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. After that, if you guys, like I said, have any suggestions for what you want me to do after, make your suggestions. If not, I'll find a car and pick it and drive it. But I would like to see what you guys want me to drive. Kind of challenge me a little bit. This was definitely a challenge. I'm not used to driving these kind of cars. They drive a lot different than muscle cars. That's what I'm really used to driving, is muscle. I know it sounds weird, but those are the cars that I'm familiar with. Those are the cars that I know how to drive. Those are the cars that I'm used to driving. Not this. This is a whole new ball game for me. I was way out of my element the moment I hopped in the car of this thing. Or the driver's seat of this car, my bad. English, apparently I can't do it. But I was still able to pull in the victory. I had to take a little bit more time to understand the car, swap out parts, and go from there. And eventually I figured it out. But with that being said, you guys, I'm about to get off here. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, be positive, and kick misery in the throat. I'm out. Peace.